Are you living in a hell today, staring at your phone while your heart sinks at his message? You must be spending painful days, swinging between heaven and hell with every text received. Everyone tells you to break up with this person who hurts you, so why are you still stuck? It is not your fault that you cannot move a single step and keep circling this toxic mire. We often call this love or attachment, but psychology gives it a much colder, harsher name. It is called emotional addiction, a toxic relationship that slowly eats away at your soul. Today, I want to explain why your brain cannot break the bond, and it is not because you are weak. I will share the 3 fatal reasons why your brain holds onto a painful relationship and won't let go. Let's look at a common case through the story of Uni, a designer in her early 30s. When Uni's partner is in a good mood, he is a sweet romantic who makes her truly happy. However, when angry, he treats Uni as less than human and pours out unspeakable verbal abuse. He cunningly shifts all blame onto Uni, saying, "I only get angry because you act this way." Words like "who else would date you?" tear Uni's precious self-esteem into pieces and destroy it. When Uni finally decides to leave after such abuse, her partner suddenly changes his attitude. Seeing him kneel and apologize with tears, Uni's heart wavers and grows weak once again. At this point, that fleeting moment of kindness makes Uni sink back into her living hell. This is the first reason you cannot leave, a psychological trap called intermittent reinforcement. This phenomenon is the exact same principle that prevents a gambler from leaving a slot machine. The torture of hope that might explode at any time creates a fatal addiction in the brain. Perpetrators in toxic relationships use clever rewards to manipulate and control your heart at will. They wound you 9 times and show kindness once to completely cloud your judgment of reality. Then your brain remembers only that pleasure and mistakes the other 9 hells as bearable. Uni wants to believe that 1% of kindness is his true self, but that truth vanished long ago. You can only escape this cycle by facing the reality that 99% of your pain is the true core. Calmly reflect on whether your brain is addicted to a reward circuit, perceiving pain as a prize. Intermittent reinforcement neutralizes your will, keeping you hostage to the abuser's small baits. We must understand this mechanism and see that his kindness is nothing more than a mirage. The second reason you cannot leave is the loss of reality caused by fog-like gaslighting. Let's look at how gaslighting works through a common episode occurring in the workplace. Uni Senior always takes credit for her achievements while pretending to care with deceitful words. "Uni, I am helping you because you lack skills. You would have been disciplined without me." Though Uni initially found this strange, daily gaslighting led her to believe she is incompetent. Gaslighting slowly paralyzes your judgment like soft rain, shaking your self-trust from the roots. Doubts arise, such as, am I being too sensitive? Or is he right while I am actually wrong? The moment such doubts arise, you are already trapped in the perpetrator's twisted worldview. A person who cannot trust themselves can never find the courage to leave a toxic relationship. You become a passive being, staying beside the person who makes you feel worthless. The abuser maintains power by slaughtering your self-esteem while your soul slowly withers away. Gaslighting is akin to emotional murder, aimed at turning you into a mere puppet without autonomy. You must now clear the fog and distinguish between his words and the truth of your feelings. The third reason you cannot leave is the sunk cost fallacy, clinging to the emotions you invested. Thoughts like "we've been together for 5 years," or "I worked so hard to change him" hold you back. But remember, Staying on a sinking ship just because you spent years trying to repair it is a tragedy. Crying about the time spent on repairs while the ship is already sinking is a suicidal act. The energy you spent is like lost money. Clinging to it only increases your total losses. What you must consider now is not the past 5 years, but the 50 years you have left to live. Thinking you can fix him is arrogance, and expecting him to change is a blade that destroys you. You must accept that a person never changes through others unless they have their own strong will. The moment you let go of regrets over sunk costs, a new path for your future will become visible. The price of not refusing and the result of not leaving will eventually lead to your soul's extinction. You become a radar monitoring his mood, eventually forgetting even what you personally like. Memories of happiness and dreams vanish, and you live only for the perpetrator's satisfaction. You must now end the life of filling someone else's deficiency with a hole in your own soul. A toxic relationship is not something that becomes purified just because you sacrifice more. Just as pouring clean water into a polluted bucket won't clear it, your sacrifice only feeds the toxicity. Instead, the perpetrator will take your sacrifice for granted and attack to break you even deeper. Now you must bravely step out of that contaminated bucket and find a pure spring for yourself. The great beginning of healing starts with realizing that this is absolutely not your fault. You must understand that you are not being treated poorly because you are not good enough. The perpetrator simply chose a target suitable for exploiting kindness, much like a hunter. Your strengths became easy weaknesses for the abuser, but your inherent value remains undamaged. I now suggest a 3-step psychological training method to sever that painful connection. Start today. These exercises are powerful tools that will help you reclaim your independent life. The first step is the objectification of records. Write down specific wounds and kindness by date. Writing it down to see with your eyes is crucial in breaking the brain's addiction circuit. The devastating 9-to-1 ratio confirmed with your own eyes helps you escape the trap. Strip away the wrapping of beautiful memories and confront the rotten truth hidden inside. As these records accumulate, you will realize how insignificant his occasional kindness truly is. The second step is emotional distancing. In toxic relationships, talking it out is just more gaslighting. Trying to explain your sincerity to a person who does not listen is a futile waste of energy. Keep physical distance and turn all your energy inward to yourself rather than outward to him. Stop wondering what he is doing and ask your own heart how it feels this very day. If blocking is hard, start by turning off notifications and erase his influence from your life. The third step is self-esteem recovery. Create small achievements you can do alone without him. Prove that you are complete on your own by watching a movie or eating a delicious meal alone. When small achievements fill your self-esteem, you gain the power to be independent of the abuser. You are not anyone's emotional trash can, nor a spare part to be consumed for another's deficiency. You are a star in the night sky and a dignified human who deserves respect that cannot be violated. Realize that letting go of that hand is not betrayal, but the most noble salvation for yourself. In moments of severance, you may feel pain as if crying blood or fear as if the world is ending. But once those wounds heal, you will meet your true self, shining more beautifully than ever. Under the clear sky where the fog of gaslighting has lifted, you can redesign your real life. Never forget for a single moment that you are a precious person with the right to be loved. Tonight, please listen only to your own peaceful breathing, not the harsh words of others. Feel the quiet night air, gently stroke your heart, and fall asleep offering yourself comfort. I sincerely support your new independence, and I will stay by your side until the very end. A peaceful morning where you no longer worry about his messages is waiting for you. The pain is over. You are now fully prepared to open the door and move out into the wider world. The chains of the toxic relationship can be broken this very moment if you truly wish it. Hurting you while claiming to love you is never true love. It is merely an ugly desire for possession. True love is a warm heart that sets you free, rejoices in your growth, and cherishes your existence. To meet such love, have the courage to escape the toxic swamp and walk a brand new path. Soon you will experience for yourself that the world is wide and many people will truly cherish you. Yesterday's wounds will become tomorrow's solid shield, making your life much richer. Now, smile at the person in the mirror, call your own name, and tell yourself that you love you. You are not alone. The energy of many who understand your pain and wish for recovery is with you. You don't need to be perfect now. It is enough that you endured today and took one step forward. Your soul is ready to shine again, and your heart will now beat solely for your own self. I hope you enjoy your own quiet rest tonight and have a very deep and sweet dream. You have done well and been through a lot. I bless your bright future and say goodbye here.